Ready?
Let's do this.
Folks, here we are.
Ladies.
Episode 3.
Gentlemen.
We have an amazing guest.
Amazing.
Before we jump into that, I want to say shout out to Otis.
Otis.
Thank you, Otis, for opening up your booth to us so we can podcast here. We have an amazing female woman shooter, and it's important that I say that because our second season was about highlighting women specifically in our space.
Okay.
And I would normally introduce you, but it seems like the last, 14, 15 episodes, I've been letting the guests introduce themselves. And so, Amy, without further ado, please introduce yourself to our listeners and to anybody who might be watching
All
this.
right, Cush and Rob, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate your time. And my name is Amy Lucas. I'm the owner of Steel Stilettos Firearm Training, but I'm also a writer for the Arm Lifestyle magazine, where I try to bring the latest and greatest for women out there,
awesome.
as far as gadgets and gear and ways to carry, but also the newest firearms out there, which brings me to SHOT Show, right?
Yeah.
But writing for Arm Lifestyle magazine has been an amazing thing for me to be able to educate women by publication or in front of that classroom.
Let's go.
So I love to teach women. I teach a lot of men too, but with a logo like mine, it kind of they're expecting a woman in stilettos, unfortunately that just ain't happening no more.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Oh. In stilettos?
Yeah.
Wow, you're easily 6'3".
Yeah, and it's a little intimidating, right? For myself too nowadays, right? I want to make sure that I stay standing. But I absolutely love teaching. So my background is I started in law enforcement when I was 20 years old.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah.
Wow.
And I just knew that I needed a great job, great benefits, and I always wanted to be an officer, but I got hired in through the state, and believe it or not, I worked for the Michigan Department of Corrections for 20 years, where I worked with the most dangerous women in Michigan.
Wow.
And they were all maximum security prisoners. But really what I took from that was the need for training. When I walked in that first day, I was like, I had never even been in a fist fight, and here I'm going to tell a grown-ass woman what to do, right?
Wow.
So just learning how to, talk to people.
Right. Communicate. Yeah, that's important.
But also, the firearms aspect, I was trained on the AR-15, the shotgun, and then when I turned 21 within the department, I also became a handgun instructor as
So you
well.
were actually under 21 before you started working for the DLC?
Yes, you do not have to be 21.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you can shoot the long arms, you can qualify on those,
of course.
but the handgun was a special permit that you had to be able to transport prisoners and things like that. But so through my career, my favorite part of working in law enforcement was they really, truly, at least in Michigan, provided top-notch training to make sure that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so what was great about that is the fact that I got out of prison for the day to go to training.
Yeah.
But then realizing that, wow, I love to train myself, or I kind of learned that through the years. And so I became the trainer for the state of Michigan. I was their firearms instructor, and then eventually became the head of their SWAT team. I was the team leader.
Let's
did
go.
all the
What?
tactical.
Drop us some.
I need
get us some air horns or some claps. Let's go. Yeah.
My first air horn.
Wow.
Yeah, we can't hear it because obviously we don't have headphones, but it's going in the background.
Awesome. Yeah.
So how old were you when you worked your way up to the elite SWAT?
I probably was about 27, 28 at that point.
No way.
AKA you could kick our ass if
Oh
you
yeah,
wanted.
100%.
Well,
yeah. I'm not. That's
Especially
why we're
at 5'11".
allies.
Yeah,
We're,
yeah.
They say if you don't use it, you lose it, but I think I remember enough to get me by, right?
Wow. Now,
go ahead.
No. Well, I have a lot of questions. We've talked, off air a lot, and we had an amazing fellowship session, which was really cool to start our relationship. But I'm just curious, like, what was the driving? Was it like the lack of women that you saw in the space, or was it just like, I want to do this for me at first, and it turned into
what turned in me wanting to teach women and
with
firearms
basically
after I retired?
Yeah, was it a lack of women? Like, were you not seeing women represented in training,
I just
or?
felt like, for me, I needed to figure out what was my lane right now after I retire. What do I want to do? Do I still want to be in this entity of law enforcement, which I did carry on? I do now do executive protection.
Wow.
But for my business, Steel Stilettos Firearm Training, what I found is that they want somebody that is a woman like them.
Yeah.
And that has the background. They know that I dealt with how to deal with criminals every day. So I probably have a good idea to how to tell them how to avoid those type of people and those characteristics, you know. But really, I just feel like there's a need for more women in the industry to teach it, but also, you know, more women to have someone like me that's very comfortable and has a lot of experience finding the right gun for you or the right, you know, just the right training for you.
Yeah.
I think it's important to highlight here that there's something you said, like a theme that I hear is when you got into the DOC, you had to learn how to communicate with women who were in prison, and then being able to communicate outside of that, like through training. And what people in the firearm space and people outside of the firearm space sometimes don't realize is that a lot of the responsibility of carrying a firearm is being able to diffuse a situation. You do not want to escalate.
Absolutely.
De-escalate, walk away. We all walk away and go home alive, right? And I know that that's very important and key to training.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so how long have you been training at this point?
I have been training for over, I'd say, about 28 years now.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But let's get back to that communication.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the major things that I had to learn was how to communicate. Like we said, if you're too rough, you know, you're going to get eaten alive in there. If you're too soft, you're going to get taken advantage of. You have to find the fine line.
Yeah.
So what I took from that was when I train courses now, I spend more time on conflict avoidance and how to communicate and de-escalate.
Let's go.
Than actually truly the firearms part of the actual class. And that's on purpose. How to avoid the conflict, how to keep yourself out of bad situations. I say, hey, you might even need to change your circles, your people around you. And as you get older, that happens naturally anyway, right?
Of course.
For most of us, at least.
For most of us.
Yeah, because your firearm shouldn't be the first option, right? Yeah, you're supposed to.
And you see that type of content happen. Like I saw recently, there was a gentleman walking away, and the guy pulled out his sidearm and hit him in the back.
Well,
a few
there's
times.
going to be some problems for
Yeah,
him.
He's already been charged with murder. So what you're saying is 100% spot on.
Right.
Even if it wasn't in a situation where deadly force is necessary, just being able to communicate, right?
Communicate and fall back on the training, right?
Yep.
Controlling your emotions in a situation.
Who was it? We had a guest last season who said she's a woman. She said, fellas, if you go take your wives or your girlfriends to the gun range, don't talk to them like they don't know what they're doing. Talk to them like they understand, because we do.
Right.
Because I think mansplaining is a thing, right? Like we can dumb it down, like
absolutely.
And it's like, no, I'm just the opposite sex. I understand. So communication, man, from the lowest level to the highest level, even with professionals, is a very important thing. So I love that.
I'm glad you touched on that.
I love that you emphasized on the importance of de-escalation, because it's important to walk away.
And I also, back on what you were saying, you know, husbands to wives, talk to them like you would, you know. There's actually, I had a conversation last week with a husband that was so excited that him and his wife were going to take the class together, and so they were preparing for it. And he said, Amy, we're going to go out to the gun range and be all ready for you. And I said, please do me a favor and don't. I said, because why don't you come? I want you to come with no bad habits. I want you to be open-minded and just hear me out. If I might change a few things about the way you're doing things, it's just to make you better. And if you don't like the way I do it and you go back to the way you are after class, that's on you. But let's come with zero expectations and like, let's just go ahead and start from scratch. Man, it's going to work out better.
You know what I just heard, Breeze? Empowerment.
Yeah,
I want to empower you to be a better version of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know before we hit record, you talked about, and you said it on the intro, you have a big focus on empowering women.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is your drive for that, like that particular thing?
Well, the drive is just, I see so many women that are out there wanting to be safe, and you watch the news and all of these people becoming victims so easily. Like, my passion and my drive is to empower women to be able to carry for themselves and defend themselves or their loved ones.
Let's go.
That's my driving force. Now, I have connected with some amazing organizations. One of them is Gun Owners of America, Empowered 2A. So last year, 2025, right after SHOT Show, a couple weeks after that, myself and the head at the time did the National Women's Range Day.
Yeah, that was also back here in Vegas,
Staccato
right?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Lanny Barnes was running Staccato Vegas, and we went in, and it was seamless, and it was amazing, all because we had great support from suppliers and vendors and people that donated their time and their money to make this happen for women. So my driving force is this week as well, finding those connections that I can hopefully get them to believe in what I believe in, and together I can be that person that delivers the product.
Yeah.
What product do you have for me to deliver, right?
Side note, isn't Lanny Barnes amazing?
She
was a guest
on
for
our
episode,
second season.
season 2. Yeah,
she's amazing. And we we echo this, right? That's also why representation matters, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Because I think there's just power in that. That's part of the empowerment.
Yes,
like seeing all these ladies, that we had on season 2, pro anglers, hunters, Olympians,
Olympians,
you name
amazing
it, and it's
women.
like, wow, I know there's for someone, I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old daughter, and that helps me start the conversation with them. It's like
so today dropped the Arm Lifestyle magazine that I write
that.
for.
We'll have to you gotta have to send us that so we can.
She is the truly inspirational woman in the industry to me, and so she deserved a article about herself.
Let's get we need an applause for that.
I'll get an air horn.
We get some air horns, some dings, whatever we got in there.
Let me get this applause.
Load them up.
And the other great thing that I was excited about dropping in the magazine today was that my friend Tamkin Collins, who owns Cakes Concealed Carry, she has an amazing bag that has just really taken off. They've got a women's bag. They just unveiled the male version called the Tuxedo, and so that's the kind of people that I want to get everybody to know is people that are on this like-minded, and we're all on the same mission, finding a way to carry, finding a way for women, no matter how they dress, no matter their lifestyle, their fashion, we can find something that way you're not leaving at home.
That's funny. Someone asked us, why women? Why is season 2 all about women? Even here, was it today or yesterday? Someone like, why women? Like, well, because this morning inside the press room, I was like, well, because as dudes, we don't think about certain things that women do. Case in point, we had Jasmine. She's an influencer, the Tactical Baddie. Yep. She was pregnant last year, gave birth, but she was telling us on her episode, like, I didn't really think about like comfort while carrying. Yeah. She was pregnant, literally. And I was like, yo, that's actually, guys don't need to think about that. Yeah. Erica from the WOMA, she was telling me, we had a guest on first season, Amber. She's like 6 foot. She may be your height.
Amber Johnson?
Yeah.
So I just hosted her in Michigan.
Yeah.
For her program.
Let's go. It's full circle.
That's it.
But she fell in love with her content because she doesn't have the gun bunny shape. And when I was talking to Erica, she goes, because you guys like guys, you guys can just put it on your waistband and you're good. Appendix carry, you're good. She goes, but for women, we come in different shapes and sizes, and that also means bust, hips, and I was like
torso.
I was like,
all of it.
I didn't think about that because I
She's
am a
like,
man.
duh.
Yeah, because I am a man.
Didn't.
But that door swings open for conversations for these companies because so many people cater to just the man demographic.
Absolutely.
And it's like, this is why we're having these conversations.
Yeah.
This is why we're intentional about who we bring onto our show, because it is important for us. Like Breezy said, he has 2 little girls. My daughters are 20 and 17?
He asked me, that's great.
Yeah, my best friend.
I'm like, hold on.
20 and 17, and one of them loves shooting, and one of them is like, I just want a gun for self-defense, like at home. And so it is important to see yourself in the space, whether you're tall, short, different body style. And so shout outs to you. Hat tip. Hold on. Hat tip. Hat
She's
tip.
like, oh.
She's like,
let me record.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
go ahead. You got a question? No, I'm just curious because you interact with so many different men, women. Like you said, you have guys come into the classes. What are some of like the objections people had before they, like, to take that first step? Like
objections to taking my course, or
or just like firearms in general, taking that step, because that's a big step. We talk about it. It's a powerful weapon. It can, a firearm.
It's
intimidating. Fear. Right.
It's maybe some past trauma.
Sure.
Especially for women, maybe some past trauma with a firearm involved. Not them holding one, but or just a new world for them. Culture.
Yeah.
Culture plays a big part in Michigan because we've got all different cultures, right?
Yeah.
And I was so excited to have a couple Arabic women in my class the other day with hijabs on.
Yeah, that's
You know
awesome.
what I mean? They're wanting to empower themselves, but just getting in the a lot of it is because of trauma, cultural things. Just was never
Just
raised
the unknown,
around it.
right? The
or
ignorance
maybe,
of it.
Maybe they just were raised that it's not good.
Yeah.
And I have to be able to explain to them.
Shout out to you.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
like, I
Yeah.
have to-
That's breaking barriers.
Yeah.
That's
breaking barriers is super
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
really cool because, we talk about this a lot. We're from the inner city, right? And I think I said, what was it, last season when I said, we grew up thinking there's only two type of people who carry firearms, cops and then not cops.
Cops and robbers.
Yeah, cops
yeah,
and robbers.
that's it, yeah.
And so it's like, well, I'm not a cop, but I ain't no robber either. So it's like, where do I
Right.
fall in?
Right,
And
absolutely.
so, like you saying, that's a thing. It's the Second Amendment is for everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Every
That's
walk
it.
of life. It doesn't matter.
Period.
All that politics stuff to the side.
Yep.
It's a right.
Literally
for
a
everybody.
right. Yeah, it's our right.
So
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Another hat tip.
All right. Ooh,
Where don't mind us.
Yeah, that's you're coming into our
Yeah.
world.
I love it. I love it.
So tell us, these episodes are aiming for 30 minutes, but tell us what do you have planned for this year? What's some goals? Because I was on your website a little bit. I like to do
Yep.
some due diligence.
Yeah,
I take our interviews very seriously.
Yeah.
I love that are you actually in 5 different cities, or you're traveling to these cities? Because I saw you have a team.
Yep. So I live in the Metro Detroit area.
Yep.
And I have I think furthest distance away from me is like an hour and a half.
Okay.
So I have people that trust me and believe
Let's
in me
go.
and offer me their locations.
Yeah.
I work at a gun range, Center Mass Gun Range in Livonia, Michigan. I do their CPL classes, but also they're my 3-part series of the steps to get confident with concealed carry.
Yeah.
So that's for women and men. But then I'll travel another weekend to another part of Michigan to make sure that I'm not just oversaturating it.
Yeah.
Michigan has almost the highest number of instructors. I'm also a training counselor, so I certify those instructors.
What? That's awesome.
So what's
What?
tough about selling my class is, they don't know that I'm the person that certified the rest of those people, right?
Right.
So why
Wow.
not come to the
OG.
The OG.
Wow.
Yeah. The original.
What did 50 Cent say? I'm your favorite
Yeah.
rapper's favorite
Yeah,
rapper.
right. Yeah,
And
she's
again,
your
they're
favorite trainer's favorite trainer. Let's go.
Let's
Hit
go.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Hit that. Let's go.
So, but mind you, there's a lot of amazing training counselors besides myself in Michigan, but there's an oversaturation of instructors. So what's my niche? How do I make it happen? And my niche happened to be women,
Yep.
but also just being able to get out of that same market and go to a different city, different
Let's go.
demographic, and hitting all the cities. So what I'll do is I'll look at that map and find that empty spot, and I'll definitely try to fill up a spot there.
So Steels and Stiletto has built a strong network, is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely.
Let's
absolutely.
go. That's
and
awesome.
I think a lot of it was from really me just putting myself out there and getting involved with SHOT Show, because that's where the connections happen.
Yeah.
My first couple years, it took a little bit to get a little traction and for people to realize that I'm worth talking to. I'm not just a random girl that wants some free shit. I want
Come on now.
stuff
Yep.
that's going to empower these women and maybe be able to give some kind of discount to them to try the product.
Yeah.
But I will not partner with somebody just because they give me something.
Yeah.
Or I'm willing
Because
to pay
you bring
for it.
value.
I want to bring value to my class, and something that I would carry is what I'm going to try to sell in my class as well.
Let's go.
So I'm not just creating just any old kind of relationship, and I feel like at this point I can do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let's go.
And man, this keeps going. The theme keeps coming back
she's
around.
just hitting. She's just knocking them out of the park. I don't know if you know, but
she's every hole has been a hole in one.
Oh, that's it.
Every hole.
She's sticking. She's
We
right
got
on the
18
green.
to go, right? Yeah,
She's throwing
right on-
darts right now,
yeah,
folks.
Like,
I
this
love
is
it.
the theme that keeps coming back around is women empowerment, women education, and creating a community of female shooters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it was last season also, but we also saw some data from the NSSF that says if you want to train a family to be safe, train the mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yes, 100%.
Remember that?
Yeah, because she's going to bring everyone in.
She's gonna bring
Yeah,
everyone.
once
She's
she's
like,
excited
yeah.
about it and comfortable
Yeah.
with it, the whole family's
Absolutely.
100%.
Everyone's
Yeah,
coming.
it's like,
Absolutely.
oh yeah.
Mom, I thought we were going to soccer practice.
Remember when we found out? Kay Michalek was the one who got her husband
involved
into shooting.
Lena Michalek?
Yeah, no, her husband, Kay. So, oh my God, Jerry Michalek.
Yep, Dad.
His wife.
Oh, his of
got
course.
him into shooting.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we didn't.
Blew my mind when I found that out.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine,
So
and
I
then
did
he's
not know that.
she's like, what?
She's the one who can like really like shoot.
Oh yeah, she's
I mean,
the real deal
obviously
too.
that family is royalty in our space.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Lena is
I love
all
Lena.
around
I was just talking to
trailblazer.
her last night.
Yeah, it's
at the
freaking
Gundy
amazing.
Awards. That's
awesome.
And I'm
That's
excited
awesome.
about her journey as well as a woman. You know, she was with Rose 6 Hour, and I told her, I said, just follow that North Star that you keep doing.
Let's go.
Come on,
that's
listen.
awesome.
And just keep following your journey, and we'll be waiting and figure out where you're at. Wherever you're at, we're gonna go.
Yeah,
That's it.
Because she's an amazing instructor. Have you ever watched any of her videos?
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
I mean, have you,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just type in the last name and watch everything.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, forget about
Wait,
it.
I'm doing
I mean,
what
she just
wrong?
has a way of delivery, right?
Yeah, she
It
does.
makes you like I'm sitting here like on the edge of my seat. I want to learn more, you know, from her, and just the nuggets, right?
Yeah.
Well, because she comes, there's a very intrinsic level of authority there. Like, this isn't just something I just picked up.
Yeah.
She's a second generation shooter.
Absolutely.
Well, you
And-
said it, right? You have to have a reputation. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Right.
Like you said, you're
Yeah.
probably your
It
first
took a
shot
minute.
show.
Yeah.
Who is this?
You're like,
Yeah.
Right, but you know, people see, oh, okay, she's back again.
she's back. She's serious.
Right? Look at her. People know her. Look at her network. Who
Yeah.
is this? Right?
Yeah.
We all do this. You
Right,
know the DD,
right.
so it's
But also-
beautiful to
yeah.
see.
But also the conversation for myself had to change as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I had to learn, you know, honestly, what good am I to them?
Yeah.
And so how can I pitch myself? How can I sell myself? What part of my program would fit best for them?
Yeah.
And how can I sell myself? So really, I had to work on that myself too. So it's
That's
just all really a
awesome.
That's
learning
amazing.
experience. Because, you know, a little old corrections officer that turned
Yeah.
into I working with the U.S. Marshal Service, picking up the
That's
worst
amazing.
fugitives that are wanted.
Yeah.
To,
That's
You know,
amazing.
coming, I had to learn a business acumen. You know, I had to learn
100%.
how to, you know, do all those
How to
things.
communicate.
And here you
Still-
are.
Still
And
actually working
still-
on that
it's-
part.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a constant. We say it's
Refinement.
constant. Yeah, constant refinement
Yeah.
and education is.
Never stop
You
learning.
never stop
Yeah.
learning.
Never
so.
stop learning.
Absolutely.
The minute you think you know everything, you failed.
Oh yeah, you'll get the
Yeah.
humble pie
We-
real quick.
Yeah, we
you're
enter
like-
every situation, every meeting,
Yeah.
like a student, a sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go in. Because, you know, I mean, people know us for our properties we own, Off the Beaten Path, me and my brother's channel, but we're an agency,
Right.
you know? So, like, even when we're talking to our clients, we don't go in saying, hey, here's everything we can do for you. We have the process. It's called a
Right.
discovery call.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you
Right.
need?
Absolutely.
So we
Right.
can hear you. Like,
Right.
not everybody
Absolutely.
needs the same exact thing, and it's
No.
the same exact thing with
to
training.
tailor it, like
Yeah.
you said,
Yeah.
what works, what
Right.
fits.
Yep,
Right.
I want
absolutely.
to. This has been an amazing conversation. I was excited about this all day.
Look at that, you're
I
right there.
I texted you earlier. We thank all the people that listen to our podcast. It's amazing. We're grateful for every listener. Some people might know our story, some might not. We talked a little the first time we met, so I just want to make sure we speak about this because we're audio guys. We had a recording studio.
That's right.
We had our faith awaken. We were guys out in the wilderness,
Yep.
and we really wouldn't be sitting here without our
God.
relationship with
Yeah,
God.
praise God.
And I just want to, because we had a great conversation about that, you know.
Absolutely,
And
yeah,
you
we
said the
did.
North Star, and I know that we make sure both of us, you know, keep God first, and He leads the way and lights our path. And I just want to speak on that a little bit, and your faith and how it helps you maneuver through just day to day everything,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
everything that you go
Right.
through.
Yeah, I am a Christian woman. I was raised in a Pentecostal church.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So
yeah.
not only did I go Sunday morning, I went
Yeah,
Sunday night, and I went Wednesday.
Yeah, there you go. Mom, we gotta go back for choir rehearsal.
Yeah, so Mom was pretty hardcore. She
Yeah.
was gonna beat it into me if it,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what. But
Praise
I
God.
definitely have those values, and
Yeah.
I think how they carry over is my kindness and my empathy and my
Let's go.
just showing a truly kind person. Of course, in the classroom, it isn't the time to preach that word.
Of course.
But definitely it shines in me just the way that I carry myself.
Sure.
Amen.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
Christ-led heart.
That's beautiful.
A
Yeah.
Christ-led heart.
It's
That's
not
beautiful.
always words. It's more actions.
Yeah,
Almost
it's
all the
always
time.
action.
Yeah, that's it. So
that grace, mercy, and compassion is carried.
Yeah.
Man, when we were out in the wilderness, we were out there.
we're way out
Yeah.
there.
We're
You
way
know.
out
And I've
there.
been out there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
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 I know a bunch of PKs who like straight away away and come back, and they're like, I should have never left. We're like, nah, hold on. That's part of your story.
That's
Part of your
right?
journey.
It's part of the
I said
testimony.
yesterday on the way to the range day, God qualifies the called. He don't. God. Yeah, go ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead. You got
God qualifies the called. He doesn't call the qualified.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
love that.
like, you come with your imperfections, come with your flaws.
That's it. I asked myself that. I wrestle with it. I think we talked a little bit
I
about
think
that.
we
I'm
all
like,
do,
I could have been out of here. COVID almost, took my life. And it's a big. Some days that weight. I don't want to say weighs on me, but there's
weighs on you. That's
weighs
a
on
great
me. Like
word.
it's heavy. Like there's a weight to it, and so I love having these conversations because we didn't talk business. We didn't, we were at a networking event and we just sparked up a conversation and started talking about our relationship with the Lord and how important it was, and to have it full circle.
Praise God.
I think about as we're sitting here, man, praise God.
And
praise
and honestly, you were part of my favorite part of the rooftop connection.
Oh, thank you. Likewise, and we have
really felt like we connected.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and you're an amazing person,
Thank
really.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Wait,
Thank
we
you for
gotta
being
we
here.
gotta have you drop your links.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
how do people find you?
Absolutely.
100%.
Well, you can find me on Facebook. I'm Amy Lucas, and I am a little old school. I need to get a little bit more hip. I am on Instagram at Steel and Stilettos. Steel and the letter N, Stilettos, of course, all one word. Amy Lucas on Facebook, or Steel and Stilettos Firearm Training on Facebook as well.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm in LinkedIn, Amy Lucas, all the things. But just if you Google my name, you'll find me, or Steel and Stilettos.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on our show. We know you're probably busy and have a jam-packed schedule. Shout out to OTIS one more time.
Absolutely.
Thank you for opening the booth.
Yeah.
And more importantly, shout out to all the listeners. We couldn't make this show possible without you. Please continue to share, like, subscribe, comment, do all the things that digital marketing and all that other stuff that counts. Until next time, tomorrow, right, Breeze? Back on the same time?
Back on tomorrow.
Hey,
All right.
thanks for having me.
That's it. Thank you.
SteelStilettosTraining.com.
Let's go.
Go.